Alright, so we're going to take care of Phoenix. Mastery points will be this. Yeah, I don't think I'll keep that. And research cards. Okay. We're going to get right into it. I would love to be able to basically do mass carrier. I just don't... I think I'll have the DPS to do it. I'm probably going to have to throw in some scouts as well. Yeah, no, that's good, man. Whatever makes it easier. And again, make sure you're voting, everybody, on which commander you'd like to see next.
There are not enough minerals. Insufficient minerals.
Thank goodness you're here. Our research team has discovered that Amon is moving his troops across the sector via warp conduit. The conduits cannot be destroyed, but the shuttles can. They must be stopped before they reach the warp conduits and escape. Amon has activated the central warp conduit.
Oh, so there's no link, Billy Nasty. It's just, if you saw before I started the mission, there was a little bit of a list to the side. So if you want to see Raynor, it's 1. If you want to see Kerrigan, it's 2. Zagara's 3. Borzun's 5. Alarax, sorry, Borzun's 4. Alarax is 5. And Nova's 6. And Stukov is 7. So if you want to see any of those specific commanders, make sure to get your votes in. And all you have to do, or just say the hero name, that's true as well. And that's really all you need to do. Or you can just type the name. Type the name. Stuki. Yeah, so Billy Nasty, the mutation for this week is going nuclear, which is just the nukes across the map, Just Die, and Barrier. Just Die is the worst part of this, but by no means is it the only difficult part. Going nuclear kind of makes it a little bit tougher at times. I'm gonna make sure I get... What's going on, Klaus? How you doing?
Our foes are headed for us. Be ready to defend.
More minerals required.
Our enemies are terrorists. Remain vigilant.
Enemies are tearing up the place.
Our base is under siege.
Predator armor available.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll show you how Kerrigan works. Kerrigan's actually pretty good for this one. It just all requires lots of good timing when it comes to when you use your
There are not enough minerals.
immobilization wave. So I'm gonna have Phoenix for the next attack wave. That's gonna make it really nice, and then hopefully we get to our carriers soon. We need to make a couple more pylons.
The enemy moves against our base. Show them the folly of their ways.
More minerals required. There are not enough minerals.
Yep.
I'm a dragon once more.
Not enough energy.
The enemy will fear my blades.
Insufficient minerals.
Several shuttles are en route to the central warp conduit. Your objective is to eliminate them.
Not enough minerals. More minerals required. Our research is complete. There are not enough minerals. Insufficient minerals.
Intaro. Your command. These are our tools. Speak. Hierarch.
Let's go forward.
Without hesitation. Incoming enemy strike force. Be ready. Honor guide. Carrier has arrived.
The Zelnaga shrines nearby are reacting to Amon's armies. Researching them may provide useful intel, but we will need an escort. Our research vessel is ready. We're moving out now.
We cannot warp there.
Some shuttles have slipped past our blockade commanders. Take care not to let others do the same.
We cannot warp there.
If you're going Kerrigan, I would recommend probably
We must construct
less
additional-
Another
mutas
warp conduit has been activated.
and more
A
hydras
wave of
and
shuttles
lots
headed
and
toward it.
lots and lots of
easily.
Nidus networks. Like, way more than you probably would ever think.
Ignite your blades, my warriors. The enemy comes for our base. Your will. Our enemies will burn.
Insufficient energy.
Oh,
Solar Dragoon destroyed.
Dear God. The transport has been destroyed.
The Dark Templar have suffered a loss.
I lead from the front.
Not enough energy.
It will take time to
Our
repair
base is
my
under
Predator
siege.
armor.
Oh, god
Our allies are engaged in battle.
damn it. This might very well be GG. Oh, damn it.
Prepare yourselves. The enemy is inbound on our base.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Our allies' base is under siege. Our allies are
Seems
engaged
they've
in
sent
battle.
all the shuttles they need. We did our best.
What's going on, Gaffery?
Seems Amon's
007?
armies will...
Yeah, carriers are slow. Was a little supply block there, but I think I can still get them out in time. I think I can still get them out in time. I think just Fenix needs to do a really darn good job in the beginning of making sure he clears all the waves. That's the hardest part, I think. But I know with our Tannis, we should be able to clear the first shuttle easily with the solar bombardment. So then it comes down to the second wave, and I think I can get like maybe 6 carriers out by then. But the biggest thing is that with this is always going to be not getting supply blocked,
There are not
and
enough minerals.
just dealing with the very, very first attack wave is going to be one of the bigger things. And once we get that done with that, we'll be all right.
Ground for his troop shuttles.
Okay, so it's not
The warp
Zerg. That's
conduits
good to
he
know.
uses cannot be attacked, so you will need to destroy the shuttles themselves before they can warp away.
Insufficient minerals.
Amon has activated the central warp conduit. Be prepared to prevent the shuttles from escaping.
Is constrained. More minerals required. There are not enough minerals.
Okay, let's get another pylon. Yeah, this first wave is going to be pretty shitty for both of us. I mean, he'll be able to get a couple zealots out, but that's going to be about it. Saving up for that
Should
next
the
game.
enemy seeks to attack our base, they will regret it.
Wait, cloaking field doesn't do anything against the nukes, right? That's not a thing, right?
Hostile Terran forces are engaged in battle. Our base is under siege.
The Cyros Arbiter is ready.
That was probably the best enemy comp that we could have gotten early on. And now I can take care of the next one with Phoenix. That's going to be nice. Steal my Chrono Boost back. Some more pylons.
Detecting enemy forces.
And this will be all
Templar,
Phoenix.
prepare to intercept.
Deploying onto the front line.
I kind of want to make sure that I save my Dragoon for the next attack wave. So I'm going to go ahead and oh, okay. That makes so much more sense, Rain Camp. I was like so confused for a second. Like, did you just tell me to use cloaking to deal with a nuke?
Our allies' base is under siege.
I'll give him just a second longer. I want to kill a couple more of these guys.
Our enemies will burn.
Our allies are engaged in battle.
We've located your main objective. You must destroy the shuttles headed for the central conduit.
Deploy onto the front line, and you will be I am the blade of Arcanus.
Our adversaries
I
intend
know,
to
right?
eliminate us. Templar, greet them in
Nukes are
kind.
basically children, right?
Barrier has arrived.
research complete.
Carrier has
Our allies are engaged in battle.
That.
The shuttles have been destroyed.
We are victorious.
Kaldir's Zelnaga shrines may contain invaluable knowledge. My team is setting out to scan them, but they will require protection. Preparing a research vessel. Let's make this one count.
Oh, what you gonna do now, assholes?
We must construct additional pylons.
Right.
Hierarch, I am the
A wave of shuttles is making its way to an active warp conduit.
The purifiers will surely stop it.
Oh shit. I don't remember something about there, but apparently I did.
Isa Atu. Speak.
Our allies are engaged in battle.
Enter. What would you ask?
Enemy forces detected. Prepare our defense. Our allies are engaged in battle.
Isa.
Our upgrade has finished.
Executor Kaldir. Your aid is most welcome.
We've lost contact with the
Seriously?
research team. They're gone.
Insufficient energy. Our allies' base is under siege. Our base is under siege. Shielding our warriors now. We require
Ready our
additional-
defenses. Our foes are on the march.
We must construct additional pylons. The firstborn have
Initiating
engaged
mass
the enemy.
recall.
A wave of shuttles has been shot down.
None can withstand the might of the purifiers.
Strained. We require additional pylons. Our base is under siege. Our probes are under attack. The firstborn have engaged the enemy. Our allies are engaged in battle. The enemy is attacking.
Another warp conduit has been activated. A wave of shuttles is headed toward it.
It is bearing towards an evacuation point. We will need to intercept it.
Isa Atu. In. Higher up. Speak and your command. Nada. In. Isa. Your command. Hierarch. As
We must construct additional pylons. The enemy moves against us. We will meet them head on.
honor guide me. I hunger for battle. In time, the enemy is using fortitudes. They cannot hide from our detector.
Scans confirm the shuttle's destruction.
No enemy can escape our combined might.
Research vessel ready. Let's get a team to that shrine.
Hierarch. Carrier has arrived. Your
Alright, we're pretty much there now. Just gotta finish up the rest of this stuff right here. Get some more pylons.
Cannot work there.
Yeah, it looks pretty good so far right now.
And you will be
I just have to make sure I don't lose all of my carriers.
2 warp conduits
That's
are
the most
operating
important
at
thing.
once. A wave of shuttles is heading for each.
Our upgrade has finished.
your command.
Our allies are engaged in battle.
Sure, I'll leave all of my new carriers back at home because I do not
I am
want to
the
lose them
blade
all.
of Arcanus. What would ignite your blades, my warriors? The enemy comes for our base. Intaro Adu. Honor guide me.
The entire Ardoon. Not just half of it, the entire Ardoon.
We require. Our allies are engaged in battle. Activating shields. The firstborn have engaged the enemy. Our allies are engaged in battle. Our allies
Scans are
engaged in
finished.
battle.
Science owes you a great debt, Commanders.
Revel in our triumph.
Our base is under siege. Not enough energy. Our allies are engaged in battle.
You have prevented the shuttle's escape.
Indeed, the enemy's plans have been thwarted for now.
That poor Arbiter suit just needs time to get some energy back.
Our allies' base is under siege.
We are detecting your main objective. A wave of shuttles inbound on an active conduit.
No target is beyond our reach. What would you ask of me? Your will made manifest.
Seriously, the only thing I'm using the goddamn Arbiter suit for is just to, like, give other suits the time and energy they need to get more shit up. That's the only thing I'm using it for.
Blade of Arcan.
We can support no more warriors.
Oh wow, I'm at max.
Speak, and you will be heard.
No, I usually go for the combat attack speed. I was doing some number crunching, and on like a 20-minute mission, you only get across 3 suits, across all 3 suits, an extra 600 energy. So it's really not necessarily worth it.
Dragoon once more.
Shuttles eliminated, Commanders.
It is not so simple to evade the wrath of the Templar. Is under siege.
The blade. Speak, and you will be heard. Without hesitation.
I don't know why people talk so much smack about Fenix. He's a great commander, I really have to say. 7 of you guys. Let's get rid of 4 of you guys.
Another wave of shuttles is headed for a warp conduit.
And it is moving quickly.
Hey, I love his, I love like all of his builds. My favorite is gonna be, of course, Gateway at Depths. I'm not gonna do it on this one.
Within the power field.
Our research vessel is ready. We're moving out now.
Upgrade complete. That
I'm
is
just
not
killing some
possible.
probes off
We are
to
at
free up
maximum
some supply.
We cannot warp there. We cannot warp there. That we cannot warp there.
The enemy approaches. Prepare for battle.
We can support no more warriors. I am activating emergency shields.
The
battle. That is not possible. We are at maximum supply.
Shuttles are no more.
Well done. We have prevented this one's flight. Must be placed. We cannot work there. That must be placed within the power field. The firstborn have engaged under siege.
Okay, assholes keep killing all my killing all my cannons. And I have like so little minerals to do anything about it. Just like ridiculously low amounts of minerals.
All 3 warp conduits are active. We must make haste to prevent their escape.
So I'm gonna drop this here.
I shall oversee this battle from above.
So I'm gonna go left, and then I'll go into the middle. But I got the
Enemy strike force, be ready.
Our allies are engaged in battle. The firstborn have engaged the enemy.
Join me in glorious battle.
Our allies are engaged in battle.
Glorious battle. I shall oversee this battle from above. All forces for my
The enemy is attacking our probes. The firstborn have engaged the enemy. Our allies are engaged in battle. Not enough energy. The firstborn have engaged the enemy. That is not possible.
Phoenix for the win, y'all.
Maximum supply.
A well-deserved victory. The shuttles have been eliminated.
All right. So we've got an even split across all of the next commanders. So somebody's got to break the tie between Kerrigan, Vorazun, Nova, and Stukov. But anyways, can't really say there's too much else to talk about with Phoenix. As long as you can get past the first attack wave and you get enough stuff going out, you basically are going to be fine. That was an air comp that honestly is probably the harder one to deal with. Easier in the very beginning, just because there's 3 Vikings, and usually that's not that big of a deal at all. But later on, again, I mean, having a lot of air units that can kill your stuff, Vikings have long range, but you do have your carriers to pull a lot of the AI away. Make sure the biggest thing is once you sent all your interceptors out, just move your carriers around. Just move them. It doesn't matter where you move them, as long as you're moving them slightly away from the enemy, and that'll kind of trigger all of the enemy forces to stop attacking the carriers and start attacking your interceptors. Because once interceptors are out, they actually have a huge leash that they can actually attack things and not have to get pulled back into the carrier. Anyways, I'm Hunter85. Thanks so much for watching.